Hi everyone, Nancy here. It is May 10, 2020, and what time is it? Hold on. Okay, so it is 11:49 in the afternoon. I mean in the morning. Oops. If the camera shook, I accidentally hit the camera with my hand. Well, it's raining and it's raining off and on, and I have this umbrella with me here, but I don't hear it raining right now, so maybe I'll just keep the umbrella up just in case. Yeah. Hey guys, you know what? There's okay, for those of you guys who are in countries where the self-isolating and the lockdowns and are really, really severe, like you guys are ordered to stay at home, why don't you just look for something new to do in your life that you never thought about doing before, like starting a business. That's the best idea that I can come up with, you know. And the best idea that I can come up with to start a business is to do an online business, not where you have to ship things out. Start an online business where you're selling digital items, like maybe you might want to write a book about your life or about something that you know about. Do research about how to properly write a book and then put it out there. And you can sell it and get yourself a website. And if you can't afford a website, just get on Facebook. That's cheap, right? And make sure that you get on a website, like that you create a Facebook website that, not a personal Facebook website, get on a Facebook website, create a Facebook website that is for your business, because I've noticed that there are a lot of people out there who are advertising their businesses on Facebook pages that are meant for personal accounts, and you don't have any tools. You don't have any business tools to properly promote your business on a personal page. You have to get on create a Facebook page specifically made for a business. You see, you know how there are Facebook pages that are for groups, right? Those people created Facebook pages for groups because they have the tools to be able to manage a Facebook group page according to all the features and the tools that Facebook put in those pages, right? So do you understand what I'm saying? So if you're going to do something about your business or create a Facebook group, make sure that you create the right page, because if you don't create the right Facebook page for your business, you are doing yourself a huge disservice, because you are missing out on a lot of wonderful, really amazing things that Facebook has out there for your business, to help your business, do the best that it can. So make sure that you get a Facebook business page. Yeah, so do that, and just like you can sell your life story or something, write a book about something that you know about, or a skill, or maybe you're into birds, or maybe you're into hiking, maybe you're into water skiing, whatever you're into. Just write a book about those things and do even more research if you don't know enough. And then, do research about how to write a book, and make sure that you copyright your book, like you copyright your work. And I'll have some links there in the description box where there's a website where you can copyright your stuff. They have a lot of free copywriting options, and then there are some that you have to pay for, but yeah, just look it over and see what's available for you. And yeah, so about 2 or 3 weeks ago, was it about almost three weeks ago, around 2.5 weeks ago, I decided to put another website up. Like I had a website before, right? I had 2 websites, and one of them I kind of just put it away because it was overwhelming, right? 2 websites. And then I had the other one that I was selling my jewelry on it. So then that one wasn't doing too well. So then I just decided to put that one away. I put it offline. And then, so this was about 1.5 years ago. So then I was thinking about what else I'd like to get back on the have a website again, but I was wondering what can I do, and I bought some digital, oh, what are they called again? They're digital images, right? They're pictures, scrapbooking pictures. My link is in the description box below. If you guys want to check it out, you'll know what I'm talking about. So I bought a whole bunch of digital pictures, and I put them up. I put some of them up on my website. So that's what I'm doing now. The website is still really new, so I haven't got any sales yet. I haven't received any sales yet. It's only been about 2.5 weeks. So yep, and it's a lot of fun, guys. Yeah, it's fun to have your own website because it's your own thing, right? And I was on Etsy before. I had my jewelry on Etsy, but with Etsy's a really good place, but you have to give a commission. But the commission is really, really tiny. It's really, really small. I will have the Etsy link for you also in the description box. So if you guys don't have your own website, right, you can just go on Etsy. Now, Etsy, you have to pay for it, but it's really, really cheap. It's really cheap. So like, for example, if you want to have like okay, to have a shop, an Etsy shop, it's free, but you have to pay to list your items. So if you have, for example, if you have say like you like to make toy houses or bird houses, right? And you have like 3 bird houses, so you can list your 3 bird houses for 10 cents each. Etsy's based in the US, right? So this is in US dollars. I'm in Canada. So you're going to pay 10 cents to list each item for 4 months or until they sell. So like, for example, you have 3 bird houses, you put them in your shop, and you pay 10 cents for 4 months, right? So if they don't sell in the 4 months, then you just pay 10 cents for each one again until they sell. You understand? That's a really good, it's a good deal. It's a good price, right? Yes. And so, yes, so you pay, but when you sell your things, you have to pay Etsy a 20% commission. 20%? I don't remember, guys. I don't remember. I think it's 20 cents for every item that you sell. I don't remember, but it's really, really, really cheap to be on Etsy. I love Etsy, but I want my own website, so that's why I moved away from Etsy. And I found, like sometimes on the web, on the website, on the internet, I used to come across sites that were once, they had their own website, but then they just suddenly decided to go on to Etsy. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know. I couldn't figure out in my brain why they would do that. But I guess everybody has their reasons. Oh yes, and another thing, Etsy has a lot of features to help your shop get promoted and to be seen, right? But I did a lot of research about 6.5 years ago. I did research for how to acquire success on Etsy, and you do not need to pay to promote your items to be placed at the top of the, the list or whatever, the search engines, you don't have to pay, right? Because I found myself spending a lot of money and I wasn't getting any sales. But then after when I started doing the research, I learned that the only way to acquire success on Etsy is by having from 500 items in your shop or more. So then in my shop I had 300 items. I wasn't getting any sales. And then I raised the numbers of items in my shop to 500, and all of a sudden I started getting sales trickling in. They started coming in. So that's a really good way, right? The person who, because I saw the information on a video. It was this lady. She was talking about how she also had tried promoting, and then she started to list and list and list. And the moment she hit from 500 and up, she started getting sorry guys, she started getting more sales. And the more you list, like the higher the number of your items in your shop, you're going to be, your success will continue. But that's not necessary. Not necessarily true. Because what I learned in my experience is that when you have 500 items, no less than 500 items in your shop at all times, you will get sales. You will start to get sales. And also I did a lot of research on Etsy, and I found a lot of stores who are very, very successful and who only have like, sometimes they only have like 100 items. But these are stores that started out with a lot of items in their shop, and then they developed a customer base, right? So then once you develop a customer base, you're able to lower the amount of things you have in your shop at any time. But you need to start with 500 items. So 500 items, it's going to cost you $100 every 4 months to keep 500 items in your shop. And if you can't afford that, you need to just start somewhere. Okay, you need to start somewhere, and the best way to start like making more money is ask God to bless your business. First of all, dedicate it to Him, ask God to bless it, and then start giving your 10% and your offerings from whatever you make. Don't deduct the 10% or the offerings after you make money. Okay, give the 10% and the offerings before you pay your bills and all of that. Okay, so that's how it works. Yes, so if you can't afford to pay to have 500 items in your shop, and pay $100 every 4 months, then just do what I said. Start off with whatever you can afford, and don't forget to ask God to bless your business, dedicate your business to Him, and ask Him to bless it, and then give 10% and the offerings, which is an amount of your choosing, every single time you make money. And if you have another income, if you're getting money from another income, you have to start tithing and giving offerings from that too, if you're not already doing it. And make sure that it's the first thing you take care of before your bills and anything, because that's what God commands us to do in the Bible. He says to bring in the 10%, right? Bring it in. That's the first thing you need to do. So, yes. So that's an idea for you guys. Just start an online business, but make sure that you do your research, guys, because if you're going to be selling digital items, like for example, if you like to take pictures of anything like flowers, if you like to take pictures of anything, okay, anything that you take, right, it belongs to you. And so you have to copyright your photos. The link below, I'll, like I said earlier, I will have a link there for you so that you can copyright your photos for free. Okay, so copyright your photos, and then make sure to get download an app where you can put a watermark on your photos, because that's another thing. You need to put a watermark on your photos so that nobody else can steal your photos like through screenshots and then claim them as their own. Okay, so in my Microsoft Windows store, guys, like, I don't know if everybody has that. The whole world should have that, but I guess it's my understanding that not everybody has the Microsoft Windows store. I don't know why, but I think some people don't have it. But if you don't have it, you have to somehow get an app that will enable you to get your photos watermarked, and it's free. Right? This one is free, and they give you, like, I'm gonna have the link to that one down there too, and they give you so many pretty watermarks. A lot of, like, they have a lot of paid ones, but they also have like a ton of free ones and really great ones, pretty ones. And I'm surprised that they're not charging people for them. Very generous company. So if you guys check out my website, you will see the watermarks. Okay, you will see the watermarks on the images. And if you're wondering where I got my images from, well, I got them from a company that sells a lot of art supplies, right? And they allow you, like, you have to buy a license to sell their images. So you pay a certain amount of money, and then they give you a certain amount of images, and then you sell them. The only thing you can't do, of course, is claim that you own them. Of course, we're not going to do something like that, because that is going to get us into a lot of trouble. I wouldn't want to do that. But there are people out there, guys, who like to claim other people's work as their own, and for some reason they don't mind risking being brought to court and paying a lot of money for stealing, willfully stealing. So that's why I say, when you are going to put your stuff out there, make sure that you do the right, like, follow the proper steps to protect your work, and also make sure that you're not going to go and sell other people's work. Otherwise, you're going to get in trouble. Like, there are a lot of websites out there that say, oh, you can free photos. You can have these photos. They're free, and you can do whatever you want with them. And that's not true. That's not true. There's a limit to what you can do with free photos. You cannot just take free photos from a website just because they say they're free and sell them. No, you need permission. Just like if you have photos that you put out there, you don't want people taking your photos and making money, making profits off of it because you didn't give them permission. You might say, okay, I have some photos here for you. They're free, but you cannot sell them. That's a different story. Like, you can offer your photos for free, but you don't want them to be sold, so you can do that, right? Canva is a place where you can go and get free photos. They have a lot of paid photos where you have to pay to use their photos for your website. They're $1 each, so really cheap. But they also have a lot of free photos, and the free photos, you can use them in the same way. I don't remember what you can do with the paid photos. I don't know if you can sell them. I don't remember. But if they allow you to buy them, then perhaps it's because you can sell them. But to be sure, just make sure you do your research about what you can do with Canva's photos. I know that Canva does have licensing agreements where you can buy packages of photos for a certain amount of money, and they belong to you. You pay for them. You pay to use them. But I don't know if you can sell them. So that's why I said you have to do your research. Yes. So, yeah. So anyway, guys, make sure that you find something to do, something productive, something that you never thought that you would be finding yourself doing were it not for these lockdowns. Because a lot of people are discovering new things about themselves that they didn't know that they could do before they were forced to self-isolate and be at home. Yep. Yeah, so like when I mentioned earlier about my website, that's something like I had those other 2 websites that I mentioned about earlier, and then yeah, it had nothing to do with the lockdowns. It's just stuff that I had, and then I decided to open up another website, and I'm very happy with it. And yes, so the website provider that I'm with is called INDIEMADE, and they're really good. I love INDIEMADE. They have like these a whole bunch of different themes, like you can design your website any way you want. Like they have templates, right? And you choose whichever template you want for your website depending on your needs. Like if you just want to have a blog, they have templates for you to choose from that are good for blogs. If you want to have a business, then they have templates for you to choose from to sell your stuff in. Or if you want to have just if you just want to have like a website that only gives out, you want to just give out your opinion about stuff, or like a news kind of a thing, they have templates for that. They have templates for a lot of stuff, a lot of things. So I would highly recommend INDIEMADE. They're really cool. Yes, so I guess that's it, guys. That's my idea. That was my idea for you guys, and that I wanted to share with you. And thanks for coming, and don't forget to subscribe, and make sure that you click on the bell so that you will be notified for each time that I upload a video. And it's raining again, and here's my umbrella, mi sombrilla, mi paraguas. Yes, está lloviendo y me estoy mojando. I said it's raining and I'm getting wet, but not really, because I'm underneath the umbrella. Guys, you know what? You know what's really funny? Whenever it's raining, right, and you see people outside, or when you're outside and you're walking and you see people with umbrellas, maybe you do this too. You see a person with an umbrella or people with umbrellas, and the umbrella is positioned way out ahead in front of them, and their entire back is getting wet. And you feel like going up to them and saying, hey, put that umbrella, like position it more, in the center so that, all of your body is covered. Like, have you ever noticed that? I notice that a lot. And sometimes my mother's like, look at that person over there. They're walking with an umbrella, but what's the point of carrying an umbrella if they're getting all wet? And it's so funny. Yeah. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna go, and don't forget to subscribe, click the bell, and thank you for coming. Lo quiero todo mundo. Ciao, ciao.